Good evening, everyone. This is Samrat here from CSC third year and your GDSC Cybersecurity lead. And we hope that you all might have been joined here into this info session with some expectations and hope sure we'll make some of them hard too, I guess. So today we are on a mission to crack the code. Um, Code is something super important that's cybersecurity. You might have came here after seeing the title that's something information on the cybersecurity. So we are going to deal with that thing. So um, firstly, what is cybersecurity? So before going that, let's see what all we are going to cover in this session. Uh, it's a quick info on the cybersecurity and wait a minute. So it's a quick info on cybersecurity, Google Cybersecurity Certification Scholarship, where you can able to enroll to the Google Cybersecurity course, and even cloning and phishing in a practical way, and the database breaches from the companies during the recent times. You will be and going through and insights and what all attack, something new attack which you'll be learning today, and about digital safety 101 and self check for cybersecurity. Both means how to protect yourself from the internet. So, firstly, what is cybersecurity? As soon as you have heard the word cybersecurity, you might conjure up something images of mysterious hackers, Wi-Fi password users, or something breaking into your friend's private account. While there's a hint of truth in that imagery, cybersecurity is a bit nuanced. Imagine it is a powerful lock or shield that keeps all our digital treasures safe. What do we treasure most online? I guess it's our personal chats or some cute, crazy videos. Let's keep it simple. Cybersecurity is like wearing an helmet when we ride a bike, and it's the same continuous in the online. When before having a blast to protect ourselves, what is the purpose of the cybersecurity? Firstly, so as you can see on the slide, purposes of cybersecurity can be data access, extortion, and damage reputation and hurt competitors. Of course, all of the interlinked parts of the purpose, but let's get one by one to know. So, what is data access? Wait a minute. So, I guess the screen is visible right now. So, data access, extortion, damage repetition, and hurting competitors. Of course, these all are interlinked one by one. So, what is data access firstly? Data access is something like an hacker or an attacker gets into some companies or an application on application firewall and he unauthorizedly access the hacker attempts to access the data or either modify it. Like whenever we are in something like when we want to change our college results, we'll be thinking like whenever we got some fail or some bad marks, we'll be having an idea how to change this or how to hide this kind of things. So something we can say that is an data access, and that's called as one of the purpose here. And extortion is something like whenever you get and grab of some data of a person or or an organization, you can use that for an exchange of some brand money. Most probably, why you can be thinking that nowadays data has been a biggest business. So if any person having your data, so that they can easily able to analyze what you are, or they can easily know what you can do. And coming into the damage reputation, it's something like if a company gets breached or it gets hacked, it's like its reputation gets damaged. Most probably, and I think competition also means the same. If any competitor company is performing far better than us, they'll be in an illusion that if we can do something damage on the reputation, so it can easily bring good name to us. So it's like an business model. So coming into the next, you can see that as I have discussed regarding the purpose of the cybersecurity. So this is something like database breach recent one where some of the hacker has published the data onto the darknet for some ransom, and this data has been breached from ICMR database. So the ransom has been demanded by a hacker is about 80,000 dollars, and it's our Indian database. You can see it's around 81.5 million of database, and it includes like fields like name, father name, first name, and age, phone number, and even our domain Aadhaar number. And it has been in the past month, I guess. So this about this, the depth will be discussed by in future. So what is the importance of the cyber security in 2023? So as you can see, there are around 11 key points, I guess, but most probably um, the most important points are protect personal data. So for business or individual users, personal data is the most valuable commodity. Malware can collect personal information and may jeopardize employees, customers, privacy, or organization. So if an data is being used or even in the bad hands, it can be we can't expect what it can happen. So protecting the personal data is the first most priority of the importance of cybersecurity. So next comes the health to preserve the reputation. What does actual reputation mean? A reputation is something like it's like building a brand. A brand like even it takes some years to build a good name, but within nights it is easy to destroy. That means the same. If an company has got breached, it's like the customers might lose the trust on that company and may shift to the other company. And the regulation complaints nowadays, the government and laws has become more stricter regarding the cyber attacks, where they have implemented many more regulatory bodies such as IFA, SOC, and GDPR plays a these are playing a substantial role in protecting individual users and organizations. Whenever you are browsing a site, you may see that this site is a compliance with GDPR policy. So that means that site is being in added by some policy. So next, it's like help educate and train the workforce. Nowadays, it's being important to train the company employees so that the company actually doesn't get easily attacked. So whenever we are hiring some person or something, then they must have some basic knowledge regarding the cybersecurity attacks like phishing, DDoS, something like that, kind of, so that the attacker might not easily come and attack the company databases. So that's a quick snap about cybersecurity. So actually, now we are going to deal with the scope of cybersecurity. So actually, you might have been thinking that the cybersecurity might be a different branch, but actually it's not true. Cybersecurity is a different branch. It's actually the base branch of every application we are using day-to-day life. Like even when you are browsing the web security, we can say that in web like APIs or the service availability of a web, even it comes at the end of the cybersecurity. And even when it comes to your application like mobile security actually means the same as the web. So even the cloud, where cloud stores a lot of details about us. Every application or security backend runs on the cloud. So every scope of cybersecurity deals with every part of the thing. Like even IoT security might be like your home CCTV camera or your home security system. And even social engineering protection comes like the data available about you on the internet. So but you can be safe though. So the cybersecurity is not at all strict to some part. Every person who is interested or not interested, but at least able to know how it is used in a day-to-day life. And coming to the main part, Google Cybersecurity Scholarship Certificate, where now we are going to discuss the important part. And this certificate is being given by the Google directly, and it will be helpful for all of you. Like when you are okay, I will share my screen. Wait a minute. One minute. I guess you are able to see the certification regarding the course. So actually, this is the thing which is Google providing us for free of cost, i.e. the that is 100% of scholarship, where it actually costs around some 20k rupees in Indian rupees, but After you once you will share a form a form in the chat box section. If you fill the form and enroll through us, you can able to get this certification for free of cost, and it takes around 6 months, as you can see on the screen. But trust me, if you are sitting daily, you can complete it by around 3 to 4 months. It's not that much tough, but it's helpful for each and every student, a CSE student. It's not like that only the cybersecurity enthusiast or only the cybersecurity branch student should enroll, because it deals with the things like, uh, as we go down, it's a part of the 8 courses, like the foundation of cybersecurity and play and other courses, play it safe, manage securities. Both the things are similar kind of thing where you will be having an idea. 1 minute. So foundation of cybersecurity and play itself both means the same, where you will be having an deep knowledge regarding the cybersecurity. Actually, what is the cybersecurity? How the industry is looking in for the cybersecurity purpose, and what are the tools used in the industry. So both means an idea about the cybersecurity. And well, going down, the course 3 and 4 deals with the very important things where each and every the student will go through in upcoming and third and second year, like connect and protect network and network security, where it deals with the complete networking. Like you'll be having an subject in third year where you, if you go through this by now, you can easily have an idea regarding the network security and even the cloud computing, how a network works. And well, coming down again, it's like the tools of trade, where you can say like Linux and SQL. Most probably some of them have been idea like Linux and SQL are again the important most things, where people be having by choosing this, you can have an idea regarding the Linux course and even the SQL databases management. And coming through, and this is the most important part, the course by assess, threat, and vulnerabilities, where you'll be having an real life how an cyber attack can be performed, where you'll be having the labs also in this session, where you'll be performing yourself the attack. So most probably you'll be firstly learning and then performing, and you'll be even graded after doing the lab. So, and the course 678, both, the course 6 means into it actually deals like whenever an attack has been happened. So what should you do, and how do you get alert, like the log systems and the management tools used in the industry. Most probably the sound detection responses is like for the persons who are in the going into the cybersecurity role. So, and here you can see like automate cybersecurity tasks with Python. So another plus point is along with the Linux SQL networking, you will be also learning Python. Like here will be the simple Python will be taught, and you will be having an idea on how to automate the web. So you can make even projects once you learn this course. And coming to this, and it's the last module. Most probably this module deals like how to deal with the outside world when you're presenting a report, or even like an applying for a cybersecurity job and even for an interview. Most probably these 8 courses, if you complete these 8 courses, you will be gaining a certificate, which will be like wait a minute, I'll share this one. Wait a minute. I'll zoom out. So this is how the certificate looks like. Uh, the certificate most probably it's not mine, it's someone from the LinkedIn shared. So this type of certification is actually useful when you are doing a job hunt to put in your resume, so that if from a branded reputation like Google brand mark will help you to push your resume more ways. Like you'll be like the 8 courses covered here are also showed here, like foundation of cybersecurity, places, everything, and you'll be getting an even communication with the Google 150 team members, so that you can communicate with the team members. That's it, I guess, and you can even post this certificate in the LinkedIn. So now I'm gonna say how to enroll. 1 minute. as you can see, I'll drop a form. Wait a minute. Mm, right. So hopefully, by clicking this form, you will be redirected to the Google Docs, like the same one. So drop your mail, something like this one, and the name and your number, something like this, and this one, student, and the organization and the college. Drop your Caesar College of Engineering and department. It's like CSC, third year or second. It depends on you guys, individuals. And here, uh, choose GDSC. So where did you first hear about the cybersecurity cybersecurity study jam scholarship? Means you need to choose GDSC only, so that only your scholarship will get enrolled. So make sure you select only GDSC and then click on submit button. So after doing this, your form will be submitted. Of course, after clicking that, it will be showing like by 15th you need to submit, but no worries. We have time till 28th of this month. And coming to the next step, after filling this form, it typically takes around 24 to 48 hours that you will be getting a mail like this one, or this one actually. Like, yeah, this one only. This one, you are invited to learn on Coursera from Identity India. So here you need to click on this join now button, this button. Of course, you need to have a Coursera account for this. So you also create a Coursera account for this. After clicking that, you need to click on one continue button, and after that, you can see the courses here. Google Cybersecurity Professional Certificate, and click on enroll. I haven't clicked right now, but I haven't. Okay, I'll click for you right now. So it's enrolled. So I'm registered for this course. So I can start studying right now, and that's it. So see, as simple as it is. So I also request you to join the this WhatsApp group. I'll be dropping now, so that we'll be all be working together. And if you have any doubts regarding this one, okay, drop it. And that's it from my side. And my friend Rajaram will continue the session. Thank you.
Good evening to one and all. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are. Yeah, wait, let me share the screen. Yeah, good evening to one and all. As part of the agenda, I would be demystifying on topic called cloning and phishing. I would like to give a quick intro about me. Myself, Ramavat Rajaram, currently pursuing cybersecurity. I'm a cybersecurity enthusiast. Let's jump into the topic. Web page cloning. What is really mean by cloning a web page? Web page cloning. It involves like creating an exact copy of an existing web page. Like, what is the purpose of cloning the web pages? What is the need? The main need of cloning web pages is, whenever the attackers need some kind of credential information, let's say username or password. Like whenever attackers wants from a specific user or a group of users, then the attacker creates like clones the web page, like targeted brand. Then he sends to his like individuals from where he wanted to get the credentials. This is about the purpose of web page cloning. Coming to phishing, this part of total activity is known as phishing, where phishing is like creating the fake websites as kind of like cloning, as I told you. Like coming to the techniques used in the web page phishing is mainly attackers focus on the HTML and CSS to look like as original as the web page was, and moreover, attackers also focus on the URLs, where he tries to implicate same kind of URL, like with kind of small changes in the URL, which looks like original URL of the web page, and then the attacker sends it to the individuals from where he wanted to get the credentials. How does this clone phishing work? Basically, when attacker, as I told you, he will be selecting a reputable brand. Let me present this full screen. So he will be selecting a reputable brand, let's say any brand, let's consider as an Instagram, and then like attacker tries to create a clone of the web page which looks like exactly as reputable brand, and then he sends the cloned phishing email wherever he hosted. He will be sending the emails to the individuals or a group of people that would be sent by the attacker. He sends with the kind of reputable email. Like he also creates as original as the email of which reputable brand looks their email. In that email, he would be including all the malicious attachments or links. And then, whenever the recipient falls for the scam, when he tries to access the web page which was created or cloned by the attacker, all the credentials entered by the user will be going back to the attacker, and that's how an attacker gets one's credentials like passwords, usernames. Consequences of web page cloning and phishing, like whenever you encounter kind of this, like basically you would be not knowing that you fall for the scam. Like whenever you fall for these kind of scams, basically, as I told, you'll be like making your username, password, or any useful informations will be used by the attacker. He might use for some other purposes, that's and then in future you might face lots of consequences, like he might post anything from your credentials wherever he logged in. That's how you're going to face lots of issues. So how do we detect that the web page is original or not? So basically, like whenever you see any kind of links, basically have a clear cut over the URL. Check it twice or thrice. Go with the URL. Just check with the URL. For example, let's say as I was talking about this Instagram, let's say this example of this is the original URL, https www.instagram.com. If the attacker wants to get some kind of credentials like username and password of the Instagram from one of the individual, then he might try to create another URL which replicates the same but with kind of small changes, like https www.instagram. See, I have removed a from here, but actually it looks like original one. Like whenever the attacker sends with this containing link through the email, if the individual falls for this scam, then he thinks that it's an legitimate, and then he tries to access and gives his username and password. If he falls for that, then attacker will be getting these all things. And moreover, recognizing phishing indicators, like most of the time attackers would be sending emails, so better have a good look over your emails and all stuff. Yeah, this is the demonstration part. Will be more interesting. See here, we can see the attacker, as I told, cloning by the reputable brand web page, and then he makes as clear as the original one, which is cloned by him. And then coming to the user view, if user looks both the web pages, it looks like original to him, so he can't identify which one is original. So he thinks that it's legitimate, and then he goes for the procedure and all stuff. I would be sending a link like which I'm going to demonstrate it in front of you. Just wait. Is my screen visible? I'm logging into my call animation. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, your screen is visible.
Yeah. See now, you can see on my Kali mission, I'm logging into one of the tool where I can do this all the stuff which I've told you. This is as per only for demonstration part. Just see how the attacker does this all stuff. I'm just starting my tool. So, here you can see, there are pre-templates. If you want any kind of cloning to any website, we can do it by using set, which is called social engineering tool. For now, I'm using Zfisher. Here we can see lots of things like Facebook, Instagram, Google, Microsoft, and lots of stuff up to GitHub. So now I want to create cloning of Instagram login page, which it looks like legitimate for the user. I'm creating it for right now. I'm giving the option 2. I want it as for traditional login page. I'm giving 1. For now, currently I'm hosting it on my localhost. Yeah, successfully hosted. Let's check it on my localhost first. Yeah, we can see it's logged in. It looks as original as login page of Instagram. Let's search the Instagram login page manually on Google. Instagram login page. See, same. It looks as original as Instagram login page. I'm trying to give some stuff here. Let me try to this share on the meet so you and guys can have a look over it. I'll make it public for right now. Just try to enter some wrong passwords and all stuff, wrong username, so it will be visible and we'll have a good demonstration part. I'm just copying the link and I'll paste it over here. Just try, have a look over it. So better you give wrong passwords and all stuff. So I'm trying over here. I'm visiting the site. This is not working. Just give me a second. Here we can see some of the login infos. Let me. I think screen is visible. So I think I feel like these are all the fake passwords. So I'm showing to you these all guys. Here we can see account by Samrat hacked. Password is hacked. That's nice. And here we can see another victim's IP 115.97.180. Here we can see his account like username is Yaksha and password some number and Shreya Eternal Shreya password. See, this is how a lot works. This is all like this is one of the demonstration. Even if you want like kind of this like locations of a particular user, even we can do that as well. Let's try it over here whether it works or not. So I'm using one of the template to make user it looks like more original. So let's try it out whether it's already running or on my localhost. So I'll start it back again. So it's hosted, I guess. Sorry guys. See, I'll share with you this all again, so you'll also have good look over it. Let me try to share it. I'm sharing out here. This is for like kind of getting exact latitude and longitude of an user. This is all for demonstration only. Like you can try to have a look over it and give access to the location, so I can get your exact location on my machine. I got few uh, Google. These were all entered by me. See, I can see one of the users like who got access to the link. We can see latitude and longitude. Let me show the user where he is actually on my machine. Oh, actually, it's mine only, so I will show you over it on the map. See, we can see the user is here, his latitude and longitude and all stuff, and we can get lots of stuff. Let me come back. That's all about demonstration on all part, like hosting, like cloning the web pages. Thank you. Followed by my friend Ishwan.
Hello, can you people hear me?
Yes, yes, we can.
So, hello guys, my name is Yashwan Chilka. I am a cybersecurity core team member, and now we will be going into the depths of database breaches. And here we go. So, today I will be talking about what is a database breach and how is it carried out, and what is targeted in a database breach, and how does it affect you as an individual. So, what is a database breach? It's just an incident that results in the confirmed disclosure, but not just a potential exposure of data to unauthorized party. And this is the main goal of all the crackers who want to who attack your systems and your identities. And so a database breach or a data breach in general can happen to anyone from individuals to organization. And as our devices get more connected, data can slip through more easily. And as new technologies are being created faster than we can secure, and a prime example of this is these are the IoT devices, which and it shows us that we prefer convenience over security. And in this graph, we can see that over the past decade, the database breaches have been increasing exponentially, and this is not simply to look over; it's just a serious issue. So, how is it carried out? And well, uh, crackers usually follow a basic pattern. They first plan their target and research their victims on how to do that. They learn their target's vulnerabilities and attack accordingly. So the research part here, this is mainly carried out by OSINT framework, and this OSINT framework usually helps you to create a basic picture of your victim. And it is a large framework which in which you can just access open source data, which is not illegal at all, which is not illegal at all. That's all. And the next part will be network or social attack. And this is the part where the cracker makes contact with their victims to gain access to their servers and databases. And as you can see, this is the trend of the attacks used by the crackers recently from 2017 to 2023. And as you can also see, system intrusion is the highest among them, and it is also followed by the basic web application attacks. And phishing, also known as social engineering attacks, is also one of these, and it is mainly done to fool you into causing a database breach of yourself or an organization if you work for the organization. So and one thing to notice, ransomware has been increasing in the past few years. So that means its usage has been very increasing greatly over the years. You might have heard about WannaCry attack. It caused havoc all over the world when it first came out. It's an example of ransomware. And the next part will be exfiltration. The transfer of data occurs here. So this is the part where data is moved from breached databases into the cracker's controlled environment. Backdoors are usually placed to maintain the database access and to leverage vulnerabilities laterally. So the next part, what is targeted in a database breach? Um, the crackers are after your personal data. No matter how insignificant you might think your data is, they are after it, and that's clear. It is also followed by user credentials, as you can see in the graph I have put up there, and it is followed by system data, medical, and also your financial data. Cryptocurrency has also been being targeted more these days, and there has been a fourfold increase in it in the year span of 2022 to 23 when compared to the year span of 2021 to 2022. And now the next part, some notable data breaches. uh, Domino's first one, the Domino's Indian wing. It happened in the in the April 2021. And the main cause was it compromised AWS key. This caused a loss of 13 terabytes of data, which contain 18 million orders with along with the GPS data. When this data breach happened, the cracker he created a search engine and it was placed in the dark web, and the whole order data has been made public. At that time, you can actually go there and search if your data has been compromised or not. The whole data contain your name, email, phone number, and your GPS data. Some research engineers also reported that credit card info of 1 million individuals has been stolen, but Domino's denied that claim. And we don't know how much of it true that was true. And the second one, debit card data breach. This occurred in October 2016. And the main cause for this data breach was vulnerable Hitachi payment services system. Hitachi, it provides ATM and sales services in India, and a malware injection caused by a vulnerability caused this breach. It was reported that 32 lakhs of debit cards from major Indian banks were compromised, and that caused a loss of 130 lakhs of INR. Most of the losses were due to fraudulent transactions. And the interesting part of this data breach is it remained undetected for 6 weeks, which is which is a huge time for a vulnerable in a cybersecurity point of view. The banks were reported, the major hit banks were reported because of the usage of the fraudulent cards for transactions in China and US, while the residents were in India. And due to those reports, this data breach came into light. And SBI also blocked and reissued 6 lakh debit cards. And this is the one of the major times when SBI had to reissue the cards. And the worst hit banks were, as you can see, SBI, ICICI, HDFC, Yes Bank, and Axis Bank. Next one, Big Basket data breach. This occurred in November 2020, and the main cause was an insecure SQL file. The crackers were noticed this, and they crafted a special SQL request which caused an SQL injection into the databases, and that leaked the details of 2 crore users. And the thing is that the Shiny Hunters is the group that caused this database breach, and they released all this data for free. So the passwords which were encrypted using SHA-1 algorithm, they were cracked in a span of 1 or 2 weeks, and it is so concerning that 7 lakh users were using the password literal password string, and that's just plain bad. And finally, how does it affect you? Well, it could affect you in many different ways. First one is data exposure. Personal details won't be personal anymore. And in financial perspective, there will be a lot of unauthorized transaction if you don't notice it. And if login credential base, if a password that is leaked from a site's breach is reused, it won't secure anything if it's used in another websites, and that could be a potential way to lose your account. And the second one will be identity theft. Someone could just spoof your identity and could do some illegal things, and that would bring you some legal issues. loss of trust. You will lose your online individual reputation, or if you are an organization, you will lose your customers trust. And data circulation, this could become handy to craft sneaky social engineering and phishing techniques that would lead you into creating further more data breaches, and this would all just come into a complete cycle. And that's it. Thank you for listening.
Hello, Tanushree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. This is Tanushri from Cybersecurity. Today, I'm going to tell you what exactly is a watering hole attack. A watering hole attack is a form of a cyber attack that actually targets a um group of users, and infect the websites which they frequently visit. By The attackers target the victims by But the attackers usually attack the victims and gather the information of those victims, usually using what websites they use more frequently and what activities they do on those websites. This by this they By this they gain the unauthorized access to their personal information. This actually How does this attack actually works? They identify a target group, such as teenagers or a group of employees or a large enterprise people, human rights organizations, some government officials, in such a way. And then they identify the frequently used websites by them. Usually the such websites are of a low security, or if the website is of more secure, the attackers intend to create a fake website replicating such websites and then insert some malware into those websites. The malwares are then downloaded into the victims systems. This can be done automatically, or they ask us to download or enter such information. We see such some links in a way, right? Download or click for some beneficials in such a way. By this, the malware is downloaded into this victim system. Basically, the word watering hole attack evolved from the thought of a forest, uh, where most of the animals go to the water hole, and then unnoticeably the lion or some tiger comes to the prey, and they get to take the whole prey. By this attack, not only one or two victims, but also many victims get into the fall into the attack of those attackers. This generally The attackers generally insert a malicious code into those sites, which I've told you before, in by their JavaScript or a HTML form. By this, the attackers get access to the victim's computer or access to their network and achieve the goals like stealing their information, personal information, banking details, and also attack other computers within the victim's network and get to attack more. This is the interpretation. Technically, first they take a group of people, and then when the victim opens the site, that leads to the exploitation, and this could lead to data breach of your own, or infecting your computers and all. Waterhole attacks are actually very rare, but the success rate is very much more. Because this is very difficult to analyze it, because they actually target those websites which are vulnerable and that cannot be blacklisted, and such attacks cannot be detected by any of the scanners. For example, some examples of this attack are the Forbes magazine, which was attacked by a Chinese group of people in 2015. This tend to the in this attack, the hacking group has given a link for the thought of the day, where the victims clicked on that link, and that led to the vulnerabilities that happened in their computers. This led to the data breach which happened due to the Forbes website. In such a way, in 2013, the US Department of Labor also gathered information on those who have visited the nuclear related content from their website. Also, we tend to download many cleaner apps in our desktop, which could they could be not so secure. This led to this led to an attack. We also know Adobe Flash, which is used for antivirus and all in our computers. There was an update which needed to be taken, and that made the victims get attacked. In such a way, we unknowingly open some websites that could lead us to download any malware. So we have to be careful on what websites we open, and we have to have some knowledge about what is going on in our network. Thank you.
Hello, Akshan.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Okay, let me present. Just a second. Okay, let's start. So, firstly, my name is Avishant Reddy, and I'm a member of Cybersecurity core team member, and I'm from EC branch. So, the topic I'll be discussing with you is digital safety 101, navigating the cyber frontier. So, it's not as complex as it sounds, but let's go. So, we'll be covering a very simple topic. I'm going to keep it to the very ground level. Firstly, it is be up to date, being private passwords, watch your click, and seeking help. We'll be going one by one. So, firstly, to start with, let's go through hacks. Okay. The first one, I'll read it out for you. Almost 4 million files are stolen every day, and that's 44 files every single second. Like, was yours in that today? Cybercrime is quickly becoming more profitable than illegal drug trade. Like, the drug trade has been a very big market since like maybe 50, 60 or more years. So cybersecurity is crossing this like in a very shorter time. And third one is quite common. 85% of the cyber attacks start from an email. Like, you just get some attachment file, or you just get some random link, you click on it, and there you go. And the fourth one is the most mind-blowing one, because just it says that cybercrime to cost the world almost 10.5 trillion by 2025. Like 10.5 trillion is a amount so big that it's more than like economies of most of the countries of the world. So these facts were not to just frighten anyone. This was to just to tell everyone the intensity of this cyber crimes. Like it is not a thing which we can take it lightly. It is a very big thing, and going into the future with AI coming into the act, it will be a it's very important that we protect our data. So let's start. Like how to be a very smart internet user. So I'll be telling you some steps and facts. So let's start. Okay, the first one is be up to date. So this is a very simple thing, and this everyone should do, but often we forget. It is being up to date. Like just go, guys. Like just check your Windows update. When did you last update it? If it is not up to date, do update it. If there is an option of auto update, turn it on. And also at the same time, go check in your mobile phones or any like devices you use. It is very important because like if it's not up to date, if it's outdated, there might be some patches or something which might act as a loopholes for people who are trying to breach your data. So it's a very simple step, yet it's a very vital step to be taken. So yeah, go update your system, guys. The second step is being private. So like every one of you uses and has an Instagram account, I hope, or I guess, or has a Facebook account, has a WhatsApp account. So there is so much of public there is so much of your information in a public domain, right? Like just think about it. How much have you posted and how much of your information is available on free like in the open source? So it is important that you keep it very limited. Like make sure that the people you follow on Instagram or Facebook, you know them all. The people who are following you, you know them, because this data, cracking passwords is just a game of permutation combinations. Like most of the people use passwords like your name, pet's name, birthday. So it's all information which is available on public domain. So make sure you keep it as private as possible, and also as the circle should be as small as possible. And the second point is, which people often neglect, is use of public Wi-Fi's. So people who are mostly here and there, like they use Wi-Fi's at the cafes, at the airports, and every public Wi-Fi. So it's a very easy way to get your data breached actually, because it's a public Wi-Fi, and it's not very hard to like access your data uh, if you're using that Wi-Fi. So make sure that you don't log into any Wi-Fi any public Wi-Fi. Even if you're doing it, make sure you're using a VPN. But better thing will be to not to use it at all. Use your mobile data instead. Okay, the third thing is passwords. I sometimes wonder by myself like how underrated has passwords become. Like these are like one of the most important, like few code or few letters which protect our data so much, and which the data is so important, but yet people neglect it all the time. And let's start with the code. It's a rather odd code, but it's perfectly makes sense. Just try to like compare to them. It says treat your passwords like your toothbrush. Don't let anybody else use and get a new one every few months. Okay, it's odd, yeah, but makes a lot of sense, right? Like you shouldn't share your passwords with anyone. You shouldn't write it down. You shouldn't like it should be with you, and you should be changing it with you should be changing it every few months, or like in some interval of time. Okay, so so let's get to one basic thing. Is this you might have seen and heard, like in every website, this everyone tells this. So so how to make a strong password? It should be 8 characters long. You should use a combination of lowercase, uppercase, numbers, symbols. Avoid using personal information and common words like your pet's name or your name, your birthday, your parents' name. So it's good that you avoid those. There's a good example of good password here. M hash P5. It has everything. It has symbols. It has capital letters. It has small letters. So this is an example of good password. Please do not use this, because I know this, right? So okay, like making a strong password is okay, but once we make it, we forget it, right? That's the most common problem. So how do we solve those? Like we create lots of account in many websites. So the solution for this is using a password manager, using a reliable password manager. So um, so if you I use a password manager, Google's password manager, which is I find it very reliable. So it has like all the sites and all the websites which I have logged into, and they're very they're the passwords are very like you can't remember them by yourself. So there are almost 27 websites and apps, and I just have to remember the password of my Google account, and wherever I log in it, the passwords are automatically synced. So it's good habit to maintain a password manager. Not only Google's, if you want to maintain another one, make sure it's a reliable source, right? Okay. So next slide is watch your click. So this is an important one. Okay, all ears. Okay, so how many of you will have seen this pop-ups? Not pop-ups, but when you try to log in into site, it asks you like continue with Google or with Facebook. And most of us do this because it's a very simple process. You just with one click, you just get logged into that website. But we do this with many websites, right? We like there are some websites maybe we don't use it. We only use it for one time purpose, and we just give away our data, like our mail ID, or it has so much of data, right? So if you are using some reliable websites and you're using it regularly, it's okay to log in it with Google. But there are some websites you rarely use it, then better use some websites like TempMail. Mail is, let me just show you. So this is an example of TempMail. Okay, so what it does is it creates a temporary email address, and just a second, it's loading. Okay, this is my temporary email address. I don't know, like I haven't like I don't know which mail it is. Okay, so you can just copy this and like go to that website and just log in with. You have an inbox. If you are, if there are any OTPs which you have to fill in, you'll just get them. So it's one time use, right? So you just log into that website, get your work done, then that's it. You don't have to like there's no spam, nothing. And make sure that you don't use this to send any personal information over this. It's not a very secure one to you like share personal information. But for sites, it's very good. Like you don't get any of the advertisements, or even if the site is breached, as my friend Yeshwant had mentioned out about Domino's or Big Basket, or any website or small website gets breached, these mails, like these doesn't contain any of your information, right? So you are safe. Okay, the next slide is about the spam messages. Okay, you might like once might like Amitabh Bachchan or KBC might have called you or messaged you that you have won 25 lakhs and they need your information to send your money. Okay, that's not true. Let's come to terms with that, guys. It's not at all true, and it's not going to happen. It doesn't make sense, right? So if there are any messages like this, or you have won any like gift card, or your bank is giving you some surprise money, like do not believe all those. And even if there is some gift card message and if you are not sure about it, go to the official website, call those people and ask them about the information, and do not click on any links or any like do not message to those numbers like where are my 25 lakhs. That's not true. And about banks, it is like no bank is ever going to call you and ask you your personal information over a call or a SMS. Like if there is something important, they'll ask you to come to the bank, and there you might be sharing your personal details, but not over a call or a message. So beware of that. And the next thing is very popular among our students is using cracked and APK versions. Like they're free, right? So like many of you might be using Instander, GB WhatsApp, or Spotify cracked APK, right? So they are like quite good, like they're okay, but they're not at all safe actually. Like you're like giving an opening to the people to your phone, like your data is very easily breached by these APKs if they are not safe. Most of them are not safe. So I suggest you use some sites like Have I Been Pawned or Virus Total to just like to check has your data been compromised. I'll just show you how these sites work. Okay, this is a site called Have I Been Pawned, and enter your Gmail address here. This is an account which I don't use. So so I click it here. Okay, it shows me good news, no pawn is found. So it is like there is no data breaches related to this email ID. For example, if I had entered this email ID in some account or Domino's or Big Basket, and that domain was breached. So it might have shown me like this, that your data is compromised. For example, let's try with another Gmail ID. Okay, this shows one data breach, and this is some site called Singa or something, which it shows you the date 2019, and it shows you information about it, like what all might have been leaked, your email address, password, phone numbers, and username. So good that you know them and beware, like change them probably, or like change your email address, something like that. And another website is called Virus Total. I'll be sending you all the links in the chat. So this is a very good site. It has many antivirus softwares in it. So for example, I have this APK file, and this is a APK of Spotify, okay, like which we install. And I'll just choose this file, and it's just give it a second. Okay, there is no like security, like there is no security harm from this APK, but there is security harm with many APKs. So it has checked with many, like these are like renowned antivirus like softwares like ours, Bitdefender or Google. So it just like cross checks if there is any like malware or Trojan horse trying to get into your system. It will avoid like it will ever inform you beforehand. Okay. Okay, so that was about how you can avoid it. Okay, so sometimes knowingly or unknowingly you might be a victim of cybercrime. So it is important that you seek help. So two legit sources of seeking help is, one is there's a government website. It's cybercrime.gov.in. I'll just walk you through that website. It has a very simple interface. Just scroll down. Here is the option of file a complaint. Just click on it. Accept. And report a cybercrime, and it will ask you the information about what is the details of your cybercrime, whether it was related to money or data or something like that. After you given all the information, like the complaint will be registered, and also you can track your complaint, like it's like with OTP and all. So it's a pretty easy process to file a complaint. And if not, you can call to 1930 number anytime. It's a 24/7 service, and you can raise a complaint to that as well. So okay, so concluding now, the many points which I've mentioned might sound obvious to you, like that KBC thing or the bank SMSs. It's not as obvious. It's obvious for us, maybe, but it's not obvious for maybe people in their 50s or 60s or using smartphones. So it is your job, like if you're like make sure that you aware your family members or people around you, if you're like you have seen someone doing this. So it's important to aware them, like to reduce these scams as much as possible. So it's duty of everyone. So next time you like spot someone or like or any family members, so do aware them. Okay. So that's it. Thank you. That was my presentation.
Thank you guys for being here, and sorry for making a delay of around 50 minutes. And hopefully, we feel that you might have enjoyed and gotten some quick information regarding the session. And if you have any questions, please do drop in the chat box. And by the time you drop your questions, and I will be showing you once again regarding the Google form process, so that the people who might have missed or have not understood will go through once again. Thank you. Uh, Please do drop if you have any questions in the chat, and we'll be going through that. So, mm, yeah, we'll drop you again the link here. This is the form link where you can register. As I mentioned before, the email, the name, and make sure the email is same as the course if possible, and the name and the mobile number. Make sure it's all the matches. And make sure here you choose the GDSC option. It's mandatory. If you don't choose the GDSC, there is a possibility that you might have not received the scholarship mail from the Google team. And here, after once you get this, you will be having uh, the mail within 24 to 48 hours to your mailbox. You can see this like this. It will be showing here, and click on the join now button after once you receive within the 24 to 48 hours. And make sure you fill this form by 20. And even if you want, you can share your friends, no worries. Those who haven't attended the session and but interested also, you can share this form. And here you go, and you can start the thing here as I've showed you the enroll button. And make sure you even join the web WhatsApp group, which we are. Wait a minute, I'll share again this group. Okay. Let's see. This group will help you so that if you have any doubts regarding the session, anything like any kind of thing, you can easily contact us, and we'll be collaboratively working together to fill this up to complete this certification course, and it will be helpful, guys. Thank you, and I'm ending the session. Wait a minute. Do you have anything? Okay. Okay. If you are from different college, wait a minute. Yeah. I guess you can fill this form. No worries. It's available to everyone. You are in the GDS. Any more questions? Okay. Mm, we'll end up by 7:20.
Well, everyone, feel free to ask any questions you might have. We are here to answer. I'm also sharing the link free of PDS Trivia, where you can find the links to all our social media accounts and the community page, which you can join in for any information on further events.
It's not mandatory to log in through the college email ID. You can log in through your personal email or your work email. No worries. Just make sure that the email is registered with the Coursera. That's it.
Yeah, make sure to use the same email, fill the form, and create the Coursera account.
Guys who haven't got the chance to participate in Google Cloud Study Jams can avail this chance now to participate in CyberSec Study Jams.
You're getting this opportunity totally free of cost to GDSC. And believe me that the cybersecurity certificate will be useful for any career path you choose, whether it be in application development or AML. Because cybersecurity is a core concept which is applicable to all the fields. There will be a strong boost to your resume.
And even when you are stuck at some point of doing the certification, and our team will be surely help you, and we can even have sessions. No worries of the completion of the certificate. Once you get enrolled, we'll be following up. Thank you. And I guess it's time for the end of the session.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. We are ending the session now. You'll find the recording of this session in YouTube by tonight. Thank you.